All right, so welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I want to talk to you a little bit about being a wellness coordinator. I want to talk to you because we've got a great opportunity in front of us. Being a wellness coordinator means that you basically take the pressure off of a professional, a health professional, so that they don't have to do a lot of legwork as it relates to our business. If we are honest with ourselves, we'll know that health professionals are very busy. They are protective of their time and their energy, and even what they represent. So your role as a wellness coordinator means that you are responsible for taking some of that pressure off of them and giving excellence in the name of Juice Plus and that particular doctor. Okay. So I wanted to go over with some things that have been successful to me, and I would love to share with you. Everything is not original at all, but it works for me. And I don't know, we'll just get into it, okay? One of the first things I want to present to you is a method of keeping up with your patients, with their clients, because I mean, a wellness coordinator could be a doctor, it could be a gym owner or a workout coach, you know what I'm saying, a fitness coach. So if they are not interested in doing the business per se, you are here to bring them along. Still more people joining the mission, still telling more people that we may not know, and still getting the message of Juice Plus out. And so here is my way of saying, let's see if we can show it organized. I disappeared and so did it. I don't know. I guess I'll keep it down here. All right, this is my way of staying organized. This is nothing but a three-ring binder, right, with customer profiles in it. Now, what makes it special, you probably may not be able to see based on what just happened. Let's see. Yeah, this is what makes it special. There is numbering, dividers from 1 through 31 that represents the days of every month. I'm going to show you a customer profile that has very detailed structure in guiding the patient or the client or the customer along so that they have a positive experience with Juice Plus. Remember that they don't have the doctor to refer to. You will be that go-between. So, for instance, on the back of the customer profile, actually, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Share my screen real quick. And load it up. Oh, I hope it opens. It doesn't. Okay, there it is. Okay, so here's a customer profile. It can be found on the Freedom Revolution, I'm pretty sure. All right, so you fill this out as much as you possibly can. And let's go down. This part right here, super important. This part 1 through 3, what are your top?
Glenda, we
Yes.
can't see it.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay. What do you see?
I just see your screen and your
Oh, I
your
know why.
on customer profile, but it didn't
I
open.
pinned it. Thank you. Hold on. All right. Can you see it now?
No.
Okay, let me back out and see if we can do it one more time. All righty. So can you, well, let's go here. All right. Are you seeing anything here?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Thank you so much, Wanda. All right. So this pre-Juice Plus survey part, so important, guys, because it lets you know what the goal of the patient, customer, whatever you want to call them, is. And that's something to revisit. You know, there'll be a point where you ask them these questions, but you want to always revisit here to see how it's coming along for them. All right. And so let's come down a little bit. There's some more advice there. But this is the important part to me. And by the way, if you want a copy of this, you don't have it handy, you can put the email in the chat and I can email you this folder.
Okay.
All right. And so right here, you see steps for excellent customer. Listen, y'all, this is the golden child right here of being a wellness coordinator. And so it makes sure that the customer has a positive Juice Plus experience. If you check in with them the week of to say, hey, did you get your product, or how are, did you receive it? Great. Looking forward to checking in with you a little bit later about some things. And you see here, it tells you specifically the first week, this is what you're doing. Day 10, you will check in and say, hey, how's everything going? Let's make sure they're taking 2 of each capsule blend, all of those little things, because those are the things that can allow a Juice Plus experience to go awry. And I know this is a customer profile. Righteously, this is what we need to be doing anyway. But often, because we have a relationship with our customers, we just chit chat and we talk about it. There's not like a script to follow. Well, there is a script to follow, but we don't follow the script sometimes, okay? So with that being said, if you're day 10, and if your customer, you checked in with them, they started taking their products on the 2nd of the month, you know immediately to skip to the 12th, which is 10 days later, and place their customer profile in that spot. Most of us are busy people. We really don't have the time to go through each and every person, especially as a wellness coordinator, to keep up with who are we going to approach on this day. This helps you with that. And so you'll also see day 30 when you start to do the surveys with them to see how things are going and all of that good stuff, right? So this is, to me, like the creme of the creme of the being a wellness coordinator right here, this back or last page of the customer profile, okay? Now let's see if this works for me. I'm gonna try to back out of here and go, well, let's see. It's in the way, I can't get to it, okay. Let's do something else. Stop the share. All right, go back to here. All right, Wanda, check in with me if you can see this. Can you see this?
Not open yet, but I see it.
Okay, all right, so I understand what's going on. All of these should have been open. So it won't let me open it while you're online.
Oh,
But
okay.
let me go ahead and open all of them since this is what we're doing. And then they'll all be available when I want to pull on it. Okay. There are just a few more things that I want to show you out of here. That's not it at all. I think it's a folder. All right, y'all. Let's see if I can get this done. Bear with me. Let's see. Open it again. So what I'm doing is going and opening up each one.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just go here.
Okay.
Quickly. Can you see on the screen
Yes.
now? Okay. So this is something brief that I came up with when my boss, who is a chiropractor, wanted to know how was Juice Plus going to be introduced to his practice. And so this is something I came up with. It's a skeleton. You guys can curtail it to what you need, but I just want to just put some things out there so people would have confidence in you being a wellness coordinator. So the implementation in the office just includes you doing some basic things, office setup. Right here is referenced the card that will be placed around the office. I'll show that to you in just a little bit. How will Juice Plus be presented in the office? How will it be presented to a patient? So for my doctor, a chiropractor, he does it at what we call report of findings. He mentions, along with other recommendations and the frequency of care, how often they need to come and what is also recommended beyond Juice Plus in a meeting when he reviews their findings, be it x-rays or different specialized testing or whatever the case may be. Now, after that, I go into the office and I go over all of the doctor's recommendations, including Juice Plus. Now, when I introduce Juice Plus to them, I don't go on and on. I say about 3 sentences. And sometimes I smile and I say, well, you know, I can talk forever. I would love to send you a video to explain it better than I can. It's just about 2.5 minutes long, but I need your permission to do that. And I hand them the card. The card has a place for a child, you know, the date of birth, if they want to become part of the Healthy Starts for Families. And if they can't think of one right now, I'm like, it's no trouble. You know, I will get that information from you when I touch base with you about this again. And so these are some of the things. Again, this can be emailed to you if you just put your email in the chat and you want it. So there are instructions on what the personnel in the office would say, just in case somebody inquires about Juice Plus. The office staff needs to be trained on a blip of what to say. Fill out this card and I'll make sure our wellness coordinator contacts you. That's all they need to do, right? And then at the end of the day or the end of the shift, depending on how busy they are, they will get that information to you. It is strongly suggested that you get with that person via email within 24 hours, like immediately. If you can do it that evening, of course, if it's a decent time, that's what you want to do. Maybe first thing in the morning, if you have not, if you got it too late or you had a whatever day, first thing in the morning, get the information out, okay? And then, you know, you follow up with them after you have sent an email that does. Here's a sample of the email. Hey there, it was great to see you again today. Now that's me because I saw them in the office. We look forward to taking great care of you here at my workplace, Envision Chiropractic. We know the best results come from a partnership with the patient and doctor. We believe Juice Plus is part of this partnership. And here it is. I'm sending you a brief video to watch, for you to watch. It's about 2.5 minutes long. It quickly gives an overview of this convenient way to fill in the gap of what we do eat and what we should eat. I'll give you a call tomorrow to answer any questions that you may have. Have a great rest of your day. And so this link right here that I send is to essential capsules or essential capsulations, the newer video that they put out. All right. And, you know, some of the things that I was already talking about with the customer care. All right. So that's available there. Let me back out of here and try this again with the wellness coordinator. There's also all right, I'm going to guess that you cannot see that.
No.
Here we go again. We'll play cat and mouse. It's all good.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Okay, so here are tips to the wellness coordinator in more detail than what was on the other overview for the implementation in the office. All right. Again, the sample email is there, but it just kind of walks you through and gives you some tips. Okay. Now, take it with a grain of salt, remembering that I am a staff member. So some of these things will be very different for you. But what you need to remember is who we are and who we represent and what Juice Plus is and how awesome it is and what a gift it is. So it's important with these people that you do not have a relationship with at all to make sure that you are loving on them and coming from a place of care. You know, if they are at a point where the doctor recommended, it's because they're not doing well. So you want to come from a place of care and compassion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what else we got coming up here.
Linda, I have a question. Do you prefer we wait till the end?
You can go ahead and tell me.
Okay, so if you don't meet with the patient in your situation,
Mhm.
in the office, when you follow up with them, you send them the blurb, you just kind of tweak it a little bit. But it's basically
Yes,
the same type of verbiage there. Okay.
I mean, I would. I mean, if it weren't, if I did not know them, I would introduce myself,
Yes.
let them know that the doctor, you know, I always try to find a way to be personable,
Yes.
but not, oh, what do you call salesy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and try your best not to be too professional, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
want to be warm, but also um, to be, oh, I can't think of the word that was just on my mind, but that you care in such a way, you know that they're not doing well. And so you want to come from a place of love and compassion, but you want to introduce yourself so that they are comfortable talking to you and you're just not another white coat,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So, okay. All right. So here is can you see this?
Yes.
So here is the card that I was talking about.
Yes, I've seen this.
So yes.
So you really, yeah, really didn't change this, because someone else sent me their own little individual cards, and I said, you know what? I like the cards that they already provide.
Mhm. So but you can though, you can, you see this, my office name is on here. You can take this as, you know, I think they have it somewhere. I think I got it online. Team Eagle, I think, had it online, and that's where we grabbed it from.
Okay.
And just curtail it to you and what that particular office stands for. It could be a podiatrist, it could be an
Mm-hmm.
obstetrician, you know, we don't know,
Yes.
but all of those things are considered. Okay, so that is what some people have them mailed to them. Some people just have a call or emailed, I should say, not mailed, emailed to them. Some people take a picture, you know, and email it to them, scan or email, but this is your permission so that we cover by HIPAA, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I've got one more thing.
And I know in the wellness coordinator info within the hub,
Mhm,
it gives some verbiage for the physician, and
mhm.
really ask, keep it, keep it short and sweet with, one or two questions, 30 seconds long.
Mhm.
Do you do you
That's the next
do you
thing
know?
I'm gonna show you.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was gonna say, what does your provider tell them?
So
So
he actually does not even mention Juice Plus. He said that you're in desperate need, or you are in need, or whatever, however he says it, of foundational nutrition.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I come in and I write handwritten on because we've got a list of recommendations and everything is typewritten, but I always put Juice Plus handwritten like it's something special, right?
Okay.
And in there, in that room, when I give it to them, I give this to them. This is why these are some of the reasons why my doctor recommends Juice Plus. So
Okay.
this is something that they can take home with them. And this is another thing that we found online. And I think that he tweaked it a little bit for him.
Okay.
And so, that way, because sometimes those visits are overwhelming. If the
Yes.
doctor is giving you recommendations, sometimes it's because you just went through something. You're like, oh dear Jesus, I'm about to die. So
Mm,
there's not a whole lot to absorb at that moment. So taking home things that you can read later on, I think is very helpful.
yes. Yes. I
Okay.
like it.
So they get this, they get that card, and that card says what, I get permission, and I just put it in my stack and I email them that visit by the end of the day. And the next time I make contact with them, be it in the office or by a phone call, you may even want to ask permission. May I contact you by phone?
Mhm.
If we have any questions, or everyone is so specific, but you'll have to figure out what works for you, because this is not what I'm presenting to you today was not how I started.
Right.
It's been
Right.
trial and error,
Yes.
but this
Yes.
is what works for me. And so that first check-in that was on the customer profile that week, that is the time I fill out that first portion. I say, hey, if Juice Plus was a magic pill and it could address anything as far as your health was concerned,
Mhm.
what 3 things would it be? And they
Okay.
give me 3 things. Now, I just absolutely love when those 3 things are in the questions to be asked, such as, oh, I would like some energy. Okay,
Mm,
great, because I sure know they're gonna get some energy.
yes.
So, but that is the visit to fill that out, and that is the visit that you put on that day, meaning not the day that they placed the order. That's important, but the day that they started taking it, that's their start day. Make sense? So
Yes.
from there, day 10 goes from that time. From there is the day 30, right? Now, the important part of the start date is because this is a fail safe. Let's just say you were too busy to check your email, or and you see that this customer, oh, well, you know what? I work at the doctor's office, so you may not have the luxury of knowing when their next shipment is. Perhaps the doctor and my doctor allows me to control his virtual office so I can keep tabs on things. And chances are that's a good idea. Chances are, well, I think that's just the best option, because
Yes.
chances are that they're not going to look at it. And there's
Mm,
some things that you can catch as a result. They have login information. They will be able to if they need to, but you need to keep up with even promotions, even things that jump out at you right away. And so there are notifications, of course, that like on our, myjuiceplus.com, that let you know that a shipment is coming. But if you have this notebook, that also lets you know. Boom, boom, boom. So we have a couple fail safes, because we always want to contact our customers before their shipment goes out, because we want to know that they're ready for it or they're not. Last thing we need is for people to be collecting Juice Plus. Those people cancel, right? So
right.
we reach out, just making sure, you have enough. I know you were sick the other day, so so, I don't know if you doubled up during that time. Do you need to send it now, or whatever the case may be? And so this notebook is just amazing. And I just would suggest, if you are being a wellness coordinator for more than one doctor, that, you identify these books so that you don't get them messed up. Everybody's going to be the same day, but I would keep them separate if it were me. Okay. All righty, I'm stopping the share. That's all I have for you guys. And ooh, we're 3 minutes. So talk to me. Any questions at all?
So Glenda, so you have one notebook for the one provider, correct?
I do. I'm
Okay.
only the wellness coordinator for one provider.
Okay.
We have, because I'm really busy. I'm really,
Yes.
really busy. And my doctor is ready to build team, which is another reason why I'm doing this. And I am training wellness coordinators to handle that, because I cannot do what I do in the office and do this and
Yes.
do Juice Plus. Well, this is Juice Plus, but you know what I'm
Yes.
saying. So, but yeah, that's it. That is it for him. And actually what I showed you guys, this is my binder. That's for my customers. The
Okay.
one at my job stays at my job, and it is humongous because people were jumping in the boat like fish in Peter's net, so that this little notebook wouldn't do for them. I just transferred to a 3-inch 3-ring binder to hold the customer profiles in there. So it's good stuff. All right, any questions before we end?
Yes. I did have another question. Shoot, I just forgot it.
Oh no, you can always box me though.
Yes,
You
yes.
can always box me.
No, I think that's good. And yeah.
I have a
Oh,
question.
I know you,
Okay,
I know
Ms.
it was challenges. Like if you could point out 1 or 2 challenges from initiation of becoming the wellness coordinator, what would those be? Like those 2 big things.
Okay, that from the doctor's perspective or the patients that he wants to get on?
From either, however you want to
Okay.
get.
So from the doctor, he did not want to give up his edge as a professional. He did not want to be equal with me because I did not have the schooling that he had. And so he did not want to talk about Juice Plus. He did not want to attend meetings. He did not want to do some of the legwork that we do. But I told him I understood, and that's why there's a wellness coordinator. He did not know that there was such a thing as a wellness coordinator. And
Right.
so I talked him through what that would look like, the amount of care and the load that I would take off of him, right, while he was still benefiting. Now, I think it's on the Freedom Revolution, there are 2, well, not the Freedom, it's probably on the hub now, but there are 2 choices
Correct.
of the agreement between the 2 of you guys. And
Yeah.
so you guys work that out so that everybody's happy because you're doing a lot of legwork. I mean, there are
Yes.
people that I check in with every 4 months. I need to know if they're ready for that shipment or if not, or if they're having problems or whatever the case may be. And if they've talked to anybody that want to, jump on, that's not a patient, all of those things. So the biggest hurdle with him, the doctor, was definitely letting him know that he was not going to become a quote unquote salesperson, that I would
Okay.
handle everything.
Okay.
And that was that. Now, as far as patients are concerned, they take a look at it and they take a look at the video, and some of them are a little like, I don't know. And so we talk it out. We want to know what the obstacle is, and we go from there, right? And so sometimes it's money, sometimes they just don't see the importance, and there are sometimes I have to let it go. This is what the doctor recommends. If they are not willing to follow through, I let it go. I'm not chasing them. If they don't get the results they're looking for, the doctor is alerted that they have not followed his recommendations. And when it comes to the end of their care plan, and when they have not gotten the results that they were wanting and seeking, then he can
Mhm.
bring back what they have not done. So
Okay.
I let that come out in the wash on the back end,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay, Miss Penny, you had a question?
Yes. What happens when you have more than one doctor in an office?
Well, I do have, that's a good question. I'll tell you what I think because I don't know. I do have 2 doctors in my office, but one doctor is an associate and he works for the other doctor. So it is all Juice Plus under that doctor. Now, what I would do if the other one said, hey, I want to do this, I would create a separate notebook. I would follow the same procedure for him, but at this time, he's not giving recommendations. He's working more on the patient. So if there was more than one doctor, I would treat it like 2 separate businesses, meaning his patients get a notebook, the other doctor's patients get a notebook, right? And then I would follow the same system with both of them, but I would keep it separate. I would not lump them together because there's sometimes you will need to get a little more personal and you need to know who's their doctor. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
The thing that I'm really thinking about is, would you put one doctor under another doctor as when you actually do the application?
It depends on their relationship. And I'm gonna tell you why. because right now, the doctor that I'm with, I believe that that could be a good thing. But if they don't get along, somebody may say, I don't want nobody making no money off of me, or whatever the case may be. I think it would depend on their relationship. How independent is this doctor? Is one doctor a mentor over another? You know, there's just some questions right there I would have to ask. If they're not, like, if one is not a mentee and they're like partners, I definitely would not. There's one thing you have to remember. If there is a customer that wants to sign up as a wellness coordinator, you have to make the differentiation between whether you're going to sign them up under the doctor or under you. Not every patient I'm comfortable with having my personal information. However, the doctor is not going to lead. He's already expressed that he does not want to lead a team at that time. Now he does, but at that time he did not. And so that meant, you know, should I bring them under me? Because I'm going to take care of them anyway, right? I presented it to him and he told me what he wanted, and that was for me to take them on. But there was still some people, honey, wasn't going to get my phone number. I'm just saying. There were some people that we're not, you know, so there's that call, but that's between you and the doctor. And so if there is, I would definitely kind of pick through. I'm not going to automatically stick someone underneath the doctor, especially if he's not willing to lead them.
Yes.
If
yes.
you have to lead them, it's probably better they come under you, right? And as your downline, then, you know, you will benefit from them. And if the other doctor is not willing to work at all, it kind of doesn't make sense. If he wants a team, absolutely help him build a team, because that builds your team. If he does not want to build a team, I would not try to push it up. It's a lot of work for you not to immediately benefit.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, hey, GQ Johnny.
So Glenn, last question. Because you mentioned it, your current chiropractor wasn't interested in the business. What changed his mind?
He actually saw a post online from a doctor that he respects,
Okay.
and it was referring to vitamins and supplements, and he just was like, oh, he needs to know about this. And I had a conversation with Wendy Campbell, and after our conversation, I talked to the doctor, let him know some of her stats, and he was a little more open to listening from tips from a millionaire as opposed to tips from me. So he said that he was ready. And when this blitz came up, I'm like, now is the time.
Okay.
Now is the time, because it's risk-free, y'all, for a whole year. It's risk-free for them. Their return of investment is going to be something, because they haven't invested a penny, right? They haven't lost a thing. There is no overhead this year. I mean, come on. It's kind of like a no-brainer as far as trying it out. Let's see what works. And then everybody is benefiting. And if they choose not to resign, then the customers that you guys have split, or whatever your agreement was, well, they'll come to you.
Okay.
See? So.
All right. Thank you. Great. That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions? We're a little bit over now, but no? Okay. Well, that's it. Thank y'all for joining. And I really do think today this is a good time for every one of us. This month right here is the month to get these people here and get them sharing. Okay. It would also help if you could get them to speak to another doctor. You know, I know we have doctors on our teams, and if they could speak to someone who is of a caliber similar to theirs, it helps to break the ice. Okay? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Let me stop this video.